the reason why people grouped together and wanted to live in one town was because of religion, not because of agriculture, which is what they originally thought. Archaeologists thought. Göbekli Tepe proved otherwise because it's older than the pyramids. It's like one of the oldest. Before Stonehenge, before all of that covered. They only uncovered about 5%. All of it's left uncovered. The Turkish government says it's because they're scared it's going to break with the technology we have now to dig it. They're scared it's going to damage it. But people in Turkey say it's not true. They say it's because it's going to prove Islam wrong if they uncover it. So, because it's not true. They uncovered everything else without damage. So, anyway. But it's a huge, it's all farmland, basically, uncovered. Right. It's like lizards, serpents on the stones. Actually, I have pictures on my phone.
Yeah. I remember when you went.
It's like the UFO stories we have. I mean, people swear, the pilots, Air Force X, they swear that the government has stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't say it because if they say it, then what happens to religion? What happens to God?
That's
what happens
saying.
All that?
Right. But so what did those people, so our ancestors, okay, we're from Mongolia, I get it, mixed with everything. So pre-Islam then, it was pagan religions with multiple gods that were animal-based.
Yeah, it was pagan.
Like lizards.
Not animal-based.
Do
they
we
worship the sun. They worship different gods like aboriginals, like everybody else.
But do we have any documentation of like what our ancestors, like what our ancestors worshipped?
I'll check.
Because like let's say our direct ancestor, the red-haired woman that came from Rize, do we know her?
No, she was Muslim.
She was Muslim, but like her ancestors, like do we know what they practiced?
I think her ancestors were, I think originally, I don't know what kind of religion they had, but I think originally we were Armenians.
Right.
Originally. But we weren't Christian.
Okay.
Like today's Armenians are Christians.
Right.
Orthodox.
So before Armenians, so we're Armenian descent.
I think. Because Hemshinli is kind of, known that ancestors are Armenian.
Pantheons of gods tied to nature, sun, storms, fertility. Then 4th century BC to 1st century BCE, Alexander the Great, they worshipped Greek gods Zeus, Apollo, Athena, and etc. Then after Byzantine, they became Roman religion, Christianity.
But that's all like based on the.
This is before Islam.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And then after that, it was Islam.
So it's all just it's all Roman paganism.
It was Christian, Greek, pagan.
No, but Christian.
They never.
Pagan, Greek, Christian.
Pagan was the first.
Yeah, but Roman paganism. So there's
Roman Byzantine.
I don't think they believed
Greek.
In. I don't think.
Pagan.
So it was Greek paganism.
No, Greek is after.
Like paganism for me is anything that's pre-Abrahamic.
It is. They were pagan in Mongolia.
Yes, but pagan means so many different. Like there's Norse paganism. There's like it's all different kinds of pagan. There's German paganism. There's paganism here.
Hittites.
Oh, Hittites, yeah.
That was the people who lived in Anatolia. They're not Turks.
What are they?
We're talking about Turks.
Well, Anatolia is not Turk.
I talked about Anatolia.
Oh, Anatolia became Turk in 1071. When the Turks came from Iran, they beat the Byzantine Empire and settled in Anatolia. Seljuk became the government of Seljuk.
So they were Turks.
No.
But at the beginning, Hittites are not Turks. The other people are not Turks.
From like Hatay. From Hatay, they're Arabic.
Hittite, they're not Arabs either.
Okay.
Hatay,
so
where the earthquake was.
The religion of ancient Turks before Islam, the dominant religion was Tengriism.
Yeah.
A shamanic and animistic belief system. The Tengri, which was the sky god, was the chief deity seen as the eternal blue sky.
Exactly.
It included ancestor worship, nature spirits, shamanic rituals, which was communication with spirits via shaman, belief in a balance between earth and sky, a spiritual harmony.
That's cool because animism is cool because that means that they believe that everything has an energy. This table would have an energy, like
that's ancient Turk.
If you guys watch Marco Polo on Netflix, the guy, the Kublai Khan, supposedly, ancestor of Turks. Genghis is supposed to be ancestor. That's why Genghis' name comes from.
Yeah.
Ancestor of Turks from Mongolia. They believe in Tengri. Tengri is the main god, just like Zeus.
Tengri.
Okay, Zeus
it
is just same thing, but he has also different gods or different shamanism. I don't know what they believe in. They believe in, I don't know what they believe in exactly, but he's the main god, I guess.
It's the blue sky, the
So,
Tengri.
so
Blue
if
sky.
we wanted to learn more about our ancestors as Turks in terms of religion, we would go through Mongolian shamanism
Go
Got it.
through Genghis.
for Genghis.
Same
Genghis.
place.
But the problem is just that
Same.
our ancestors were from Rize, which is Armenia, basically. So it would be ours would be Armenian, maybe more, not Mongolian, maybe.
But
Ours
Rize
Yeah.
might
is so
be
close to
Russian,
Mongolia.
or they might be, northern. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
don't. We
Think
don't know.
north.
It's all.
Jordan
who
did the
cares?
I care.
ancestry.
Did he?
Yeah, it's really cool. It
How did I see?
showed that for mom, early English settlers. That's where our descendants are from.
Right.
For dad, Turk 100%. It didn't show anything because no one takes the test there.
Right.
They have nothing to compare in the database. I don't know.
So it didn't say much.
Didn't say Armenian.
It didn't say which area of Turkey either, which is annoying. But we know it's Riga.
Yeah. What was the red hairs lady's name? How do they have her on the tombstone in the village? What is it?
But no.
But, but what is her nickname?
Crazy red hair lady?
But what's her
Yeah.
nickname in Turkish? It's written on her stone.
Is it?
It has her name and then it has something else. Like she's
Shit.
known as something.
That's cool.
I don't know. What's his name? Aaron calls him Kızıl Kocakarı means red-headed. Kocakarı means old lady.
Oh. I
Koca
wonder
karı.
why she was redhead.
When you say
Well,
koca
she's
karı, it's old lady.
When they talk about the Celts, it's really interesting because Celts came from Turkey. So
Ah.
the Celts are Turkish.
Shit.
So when you say Caucasian and Celts, it's actually the process of them immigrating from that region. They went all the way up and then they took all the way across in Ireland to then Scotland
So
to
the
then down.
redheads are from Turkey, well,
Yes.
Turkish area.
Yeah. Caucasians and the Celts are originally from
So
Turkey.
we're 100% Caucasian.
So apparently, I don't know. I don't. That's the thing. Like, it's hard to pinpoint after, but in terms of like the immigration of peoples, that's why I like to know where religions. Like, it's all pagan, yeah, but to know the differences. Like, even if you cross-analyze paganism throughout different places, like Norse gods are extremely similar to Sumerian gods, and then they're extremely similar to Hindu gods, and then but they're all the way in northern Norway. You know, they have the same names. Some of them.
Of course,
It's crazy.
we all come from the same place, Jesse.
Yeah, but it's cool to know.
You
to
know,
see.
Vikings weren't created and Turks were created or African.
Yeah.
We all come from the same place
And we
eventually.
immigrated up. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
cool.
why we have similar things.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but
It's very simple, but yet for some reason very complicated.
some people complicate it. All these man-made, all these names, Canadian.
That's culture.
It's man-made, but it's also to.
Different culture.
It's like they tap into something different. You know, like when, let's say back then you were living in nature all the time, you had to respect it and understand it to survive. So they have techniques and ways to talk about things that make sense, to respect the nature, to live with it, you know, whereas us, we're separated from it. So I think an important part to get back to our nature is to go back to our roots. That's why I want to know. I want to understand. It's a different way to experience
calls
life.
to us too.
Yeah.
Like we feel so at peace in nature, like the ocean or the forest, or
Yeah.
it really calls to us.
Yeah.
I feel that way.
Likewise.
Like I want to live near the ocean. But I'm tired of not
I
living
just don't
near
have
the ocean.
patience for pickles. You know?
It's a
When the
big-
guys in our village is like, he's talking about like, oh, Turkish nationals are better than everybody. Like, ülke ocakları means like, the guy have, we have some people in the village, they're not really educated, but they became like a main guy in the town, Karasu and stuff like that. And, you know, in my head, you're not even Turkish. Why are you defending me like Turkish nationals and blah blah?
They're not Turkish,
They're not. We're not. We're original Armenians.
but that
But then
goes back
who's-
generation.
Then who's Turkish? Who's like what
That's
is
the
to be
thing.
what is any national pride unless you're pride to be a nationalist?
about
There is
blood,
no such thing. It's all made up.
Exactly.
Jesse.
But so that's the thing. So it's only
I don't
meaning
think
is
so.
the
I
meaning that you
disagree.
give
I
it.
disagree with you guys.
Why?
It's not about blood. It's about feeling of belonging and culture.
Tell that to the Germans.
So-
They're like, I feel German, but they, you know, people will say no.
Just like it's like me. I feel French Canadian. I consider myself French Canadian, even though my blood is not.
If you're
I take a
assimilated.
DNA test, it doesn't come out French Canadian.
Yeah.
But to me, that's what I am. If you ask me, I'm French Canadian.
Yeah.
Point blank.
What about
period.
ask a real French Canadian? Are you a French Canadian?
I am. Dad,
them, they are
I'm
not.
culturally French Canadian. That's what I am. You can tell because.
Well, to be fair, there's French Canadian and there's Québécois.
Mais je suis québécoise aussi, crème.
Québécois is
Je
French
suis
Canadian.
québécoise.
I mean, but in a sense, like when you're raised, like that's the thing. It's a nationalistic thing. So if it means something to you, then that's the meaning of it.
I
But
feel like,
but it's also a very random term that you
like
put to
my
identify.
home is that. Like that's what I am. If you ask me, I'm not American. I don't belong in the States. I'm not American culturally. I'm not Turkish.